The Philadelphia 76ers entered the NBA season with high expectations. Joel Embiid was ready to lead. Tyrese Maxey's explosive growth made him one of the league's brightest young stars. And with the off-season acquisition of Paul George, the Sixers seem poised to contend for a title. But as of today, they're sitting at 3-11, a disastrous start for a team once considered a championship favorite. Injuries, chemistry issues, and questionable leadership have turned what should have been a dream season into an absolute nightmare. How did the Sixers get here? What role has Joel Embiid played in this collapse? And perhaps the most pressing question, is there any hope for redemption, or are we witnessing the beginning of the end of the Embiid era in Philadelphia? Stick around as we break down the drama, explore what's gone wrong, and analyze whether this team can right the ship, or if it's time to start thinking about drastic changes.
I've done way too much, for this city.
He's got 12 boards. Miami up by 19, Embiid gets a layup.
Took a little bit longer than normally get here. Won't get into specifics of that meeting, but happy to answer any questions about the game.
Let's start with the obvious, injuries. The Sixers star trio of Joel Embiid, Paul George and Tyrese Maxey have yet to finish a single game together this season. While it's not uncommon for teams to face early injuries, the situation in Philly has been particularly devastating. Paul George's preseason knee injury set the tone for what would become a challenging start. After hyperextending his knee, George returned for a brief stint only to re-injure the same knee, sidelining him once again. It's a bitter blow for a player who was supposed to bring veteran leadership and two-way excellence. Meanwhile, Tyrese Maxey has been sidelined since early November with a hamstring injury. His absence has been felt deeply. Maxey's energy and scoring ability are vital for this team. And then there's Joel Embiid. Embiid's health concerns have always been around, but his performance so far has been shocking for an MVP even upon his return. He's looked lethargic, out of shape, and far from the dominant player we've come to expect. Against the Miami Heat, Embiid managed just 11 points and 8 rebounds in 31 minutes, a far cry from his usual production. The Sixers are also one of the worst rebounding and shooting teams in the entire league, ranking 29th in rebounding percentage and dead last in shooting efficiency. Injuries might explain some of these issues, but they don't excuse absolutely everything. The Sixers' struggles aren't just physical, they're deeply psychological. Following their 17-point loss to the Miami Heat, the team held a closed-door meeting led by veteran guard Kyle Lowry. According to reports, it was Tyrese Maxey who delivered the most pointed message aimed squarely at Joel Embiid. He said, and I quote by all reports, "Joel, you know I love you, but it starts with you and your habits." This was not a throwaway comment, it was a call for accountability from the team's leader. Maxey's frustrations stem from Embiid's tardiness to the team activities, a habit that's reportedly affected not just the players, but the coaching staff as well. While their close friendship may have softened the blow, the underlying issue is absolutely clear. Embiid's lack of discipline is setting a poor example for this team. Reports also indicate that players asked head coach Nick Nurse to coach them harder, while coaches asked players to practice with more intensity and purpose. Embiid reportedly accepted the feedback but expressed confusion about the team's strategies. This disconnect between the players and the coaches raises serious questions about the Sixers' leadership structure. But the drama didn't end just there. Embiid later expressed anger about the meeting details being leaked to the media, vowing to find the source. This kind of infighting only adds fuel to the fire, making it harder for the team to unify and focus on turning their season around. Joel Embiid's career has been defined by incredible highs and frustrating lows. He should be leading this team with confidence and determination. Instead, his performance and leadership are being called into question, and rightly so. For years, Embiid has been the face of the franchise, a player who embodies Philly's grit and passion, but this season, his stock has never been lower. Especially after a gold medal triumph where he seemed to overcome some of his demons. Around the league, his reputation is shifting, critics are labeling him as a poor leader, and his frequent injuries and inconsistent conditioning are raising doubts about his long-term viability as a cornerstone player. The Sixers front office must now grapple with a difficult reality. Is Joel Embiid still the foundation for this team's future? If the team continues to underperform, a breakup between Embiid and the Sixers might become inevitable. This season is a harsh lesson in the dangers of building a team based on paper potential. The Sixers have a star-studded roster, but talent alone isn't enough. Chemistry, leadership, and a clear identity are equally important, and right now, the Sixers lack all three. Philadelphia's struggles highlight the importance of having a strong cultural foundation. When your best player isn't setting the right example, and your coaching staff and players aren't on the same page, it's impossible to compete and win at a high level. And yet, there is still a silver lining. Rookie Jared McCain has been a bright spot, showing flashes of potential despite the team's struggles. His development could be a crucial building block for the future, but he alone can't save this season. So where do the Philadelphia 76ers go from here? It all starts with Joel Embiid. If he wants to silence his critics and lead this team back to relevance, he needs to step up on and off the court. The Sixers' leadership, from head coach Nick Nurse to President Daryl Morey, must also take responsibility and accountability. They need to find a way to unify this roster, establish a clear direction, and rebuild trust within the locker room. The road to the playoffs is daunting, but it's not impossible. This team still has talent to turn things around, but time is running out and the margin for error is razor thin. Will the Sixers rise to the occasion, or are we witnessing the unraveling of a once promising era in Philadelphia basketball? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos and NBA content. My name is Damian Peters. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.